Hello guys, this is CodeNCode and this is the fifth lecture of this graph theory course series. In this lecture we are going to see how we can find or how we can implement SSP, that is single source shortest path, on tree, not on graph. We can apply this on tree using DFS. So what is SSP? Now SSP, as I have already told, is single source shortest path. That is, you are given a single source, that is starting vertex, and you need to find the shortest distance to every other node starting from that given source vertex. For example, in this lecture, let's suppose the source vertex is node 1, then you have to find the shortest distance of every other node starting from node 1. So you have to find the shortest distance from 1 to 5, 1 to 6, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 1 to 2, and so on. So this is the visited array, this is the distance array. In this array we would store the distance of node, say 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from node 1, and this is, as you already know, is the adjacency list representation of this given graph. So suppose the graph is this, the SSP using DFS would work only on tree, not on graph. So suppose this tree, in this tree we are taking source vertex as node 1. So we have to find the shortest distance starting from node 1 to every other node. And what is the distance? Distance is the total number of edges you have to traverse going from source vertex to destination vertex. So the shortest distance from node 1 to 2 is 1, as you have to traverse a single edge to go from source to destination. So to find the shortest distance starting from a given source to every other node, we would use DFS. So to find it, you would make a DFS call from main function, and now the DFS function would have two parameters, that is the node and the distance from the source vertex of this node. So node 1, since is the source vertex, and hence the distance of node 1 from itself is 0. That is why node 1 is at distance 0 from source vertex. That is why we have made a DFS call to 1 and pass the distance of it from source vertex. Now as soon as you reach any node, what you do, you make it 1 in the visited array, and then you also save its distance in the distance array, which is 0. Now in the adjacency list of 1 there is 2. As we can see, 1 is connected to 2. So now we would make a DFS call to node 2, but what is the distance that we would pass in the parameter of DFS2 call? Since node 1 is at 0 distance from the source, okay, node 1 is at 0 distance from source, and now you can reach node 2 only via node 1, and since node 1 itself is at 0 distance and you have to traverse one edge to reach to 2, hence the total distance of node 2 must be 1 plus the distance of node 1. That is why to make a DFS call to 2, we would take the distance of node 1 and add 1, because we have to traverse this edge to get to 2, and this is the minimum distance to reach node 1. Since we are making DFS2 call from node 1, that is why we are taking the minimum distance of node 1, adding plus 1, so that we can get the distance of node 2. So we would make a DFS call to node 2 and would pass distance 0 plus 1, that is 1. As soon as we reach node 2, we would make it visited, and in the distance array we would save its distance here, which is 1. Now in the adjacency list of 2 there is 1, but since 1 is already visited, so we would not make a DFS call to 1, as you already know. Now there is 3, so we and 3 is not visited, as we can see in the visited array. So we would make a DFS call to node 3, and again we would pass 1 plus 1 as its distance. Why? Because you can reach 3 only via 2, and 2 is at distance 1 from the source. That is why to reach 3 you need to traverse all the distance from source to 2, which is 1, and plus 1 because you need to traverse one more edge. That is why we would pass 1 plus 1, that 1 is the minimum distance to reach node 2, and plus 1 because you have to traverse an extra edge. That is why to make a DFS call to 3, we would pass 1 plus 1, that is 2. That would be the distance of node 3 from source vertex. As soon as you reach node 3, you would make it visited and update its distance from source vertex. Now in adjacency list of 3, there is 2, but 2 is already visited, so we would not make a DFS call. And since the adjacency list of 3 has already completed its traversal, so from node 3 we would track back to node 2. Now 2 in the DFS call of 2, we were here when we made a DFS call to 3. Now we would continue from here. Now the pointer would increment, and now we are looking at node 4 in the adjacency list of 2. Now since node 4 is not visited, so we would make a DFS call to node 4 and we would pass distance 2, because distance of 2 plus 1, because you have to traverse one extra edge. So we would make a DFS call to 4, and as distance we would pass distance of 2 plus 1. So as soon as we reach node 4, we would make it visited and update its distance. And now since in the adjacency list of 4 we have 2, but 2 is already visited, so we increment the pointer. Now we are at 5, and since 5 is not visited, we would make a DFS call to 5, and this time we would pass the distance as distance of 4 plus 1. So we would make a DFS call to 5, and since you can reach 5 using node 4, that is why we would take the distance of node 4 and would pass plus add one extra, and hence we would make a DFS call to 5. As soon as you reach 5, you would make it visited and then update its distance. In the adjacency list of 5 there is 4, but 4 is already visited, so we would track back to 4, and now 4 would continue its execution, and we would look at 6, and 6 is not visited, so we'd make a DFS call to 6 with passing the distance 3, that is distance of 4 plus 1. We would reach 6, we would make it visited and update its distance, and then since in the adjacency list of 6 there is only 4, but 4 is already visited, so we would drag back to 4. Now 4 has completed its adjacency list, so 4 would also track back to its calling function, that was DFS2. Now DFS2 has already completed its execution, so since there is no element to be visited, which is unvisited, so from node 2 we would track back to node 1, and from node 1 we would track back to main function from where we had made a DFS1 call. So now after execution of this, as you can see, this is the distance array. Node 1 is at distance 0 from node 1. Of course you have to traverse no edge to reach node 1 from 1. Node 5 is at distance 3. As we can see, to reach to 5 you have to traverse 1, 2 and 3 edges. So this is how you calculate triple SP, that is single source shortest path, on tree only. This would work only on tree. To apply this thing on graph to find triple SP, on graph, we have to use other algorithms like Dijkstra's. So this is how you calculate, and this is an exercise for you. In the example that I've shown you, I've taken 1 as the source vertex. Try to run the same algorithm on this same tree, but this time take 2 as source node, and then you can comment your distance array in the comment section of the video. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you have learned something from it, and exercise video would be updated soon. So thank you and happy new year. Bye.